Hello, world. Day 30. Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome, y'all. Glad to see you today. So, day 30 of my meditation experience. Kind of a milestone. 30, nice, pretty round number. I guess it's not really that much more important than 29 or 31, but it just seems 30. You know what I mean? Honestly, considering that at the beginning I was going to scrap this project after the first couple days, I'm really glad to be here. My life has been changing phenomenally. My sense of empowerment has grown. I feel that I am helping serve and enlighten people out there in the world, which is causing me to grow even further. And just all around, man, just a lot of good vibes. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's fostered my connection with the world. Hello. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Grown my love, released my blockages to seeing and being seen, and just all kinds of goodness. So, my name is Alan Brock of Ground Your Divinity. I'm a spiritual life and wellness coach, or I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual, although I feel that all things come back down to that. I am really, really well. Thank you. How are you? Meditation. I've been doing meditation for years now, off and on. This 100-day experience is 2 hours a day, although not necessarily in one block. I sometimes do like 30, 30, 30, 30. Sometimes an hour. Right on. Um, so much love, much love. Sometimes just kind of split it up. Prior to that, though, I would do, a few minutes here and there, mostly moving meditation type stuff, or sometimes I'd sit down for half an hour, but this is by far the longest. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. If you are just starting your own meditation practice, even if it's 5 minutes, is fine. I highly recommend just starting, build the habit, and let the rest unfold as we begin tapping into this deep inner sense, this deep inner being, and the presence grows and the peace grows, the releasing of all the surface stuff, realizing it's not that important, and a deep inner sense of unconditional love for ourselves and for all beings just begins to unfold. We want to be in that space. And naturally, the practice will begin to deepen more and more and more. So, yeah, right now, start, build the habit, and let it flow from there. And yeah, so I'm a life and wellness coach, kind of in the spiritual vein, but open to serving however I can. And if there are any questions you guys have, issues, comments, concerns on meditation or life in general, feel free to chime in, and I will serve how I can. I greatly appreciate the love. And let's see, what is coming up for me today? A sense of empowerment. I watched a video, Kyle Cease, I've mentioned him a few times. He did his own 100-day meditation challenge that I have been watching his videos and gotten a ton of benefit from. By the way, if you go to www.kylecease.com, KYLECEASE, and then it's like 100-day- self-connection or self-connection-experiment. Go to Google, type in Kyle Cease self-connection or Kyle Cease 100-day or something like that. You'll find it. Yes, exactly right. And good spelling. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, you guys will be able to find it. And I highly recommend watching his videos. Starting at the very beginning and going through and watching his transformation has been incredibly enlightening for me. And I am kind of growing with him, I guess, in a sense as well. And I also hope to I'll be able to offer that to the people that are viewing this as well. So last night he talked about the idea that separation is an illusion and that there's no, going things on your own. We sometimes we have this thing, and I know I have in my own life, about wanting to do it myself. There's something about not getting any help from anybody, and dealing with whatever travesties or whatever. Tell you what, you translate it, and I will consider saying it. So basically, Kyle Cease, where are we? Videos, no going it alone. That's right. So we have this idea that we want to, do everything ourselves and pick up ourselves by our own bootstraps, and we accomplish everything we do on our own. And I applaud the sense of personal responsibility. Yeah, there is no separation. That in itself, you're right, is separating. And I applaud personal responsibility very much so. I think that the world could use a lot more of that. I applaud taking care of ourselves, our own energy space, contributing value to the world, all of the above. But this idea that we are somehow alone or separate, or we're, quote, doing it all on our own, is not only an illusion. It can be very disempowering. It can make life even more difficult than it really needs to be. It can also create this separation between us and other people. When we can just open and realize, even if extreme circumstance, you were born and you were given up for adoption and you never got adopted. You lived in an orphanage. You raised yourself. Let's say you've done your own business thing. You've been completely on your own. You've had nobody to ever encourage you, nobody ever to support you, nobody ever say good job, nothing. Let's say you've totally done that and you've become a mega millionaire, given that circumstance. Super extreme, right? Still, you have eaten. You didn't grow your own food. Did you make your own car? Did you build your own roads? Did you create the orphanage in which you were raised, or the park bench on which you slept? And even if there was nobody around to encourage you, there were people around in your life that stepped on you, that caused you to dig deep and find something more in yourself to rise to the occasion. There are people who said that you couldn't do it, that caused you to go inside and say, yes, I can, and I'm going to show you. So no matter what, even given extreme circumstances, there's always a connection with something outside of ourselves, something higher than ourselves, and there's always help coming in some way or another. And then that being said, too, I fully am aware of and believe in the idea of spirit and God imbuing energy and life and love through us, and helping us energetically in ways that we can't even fathom while we're in this realm and in this body. But like I said, if you want to discount all of that stuff and take the extreme circumstance, there's still help there. The idea that we're separate from anybody is an illusion. And so when we can release that idea and step into the fact that we are one drop in the ocean, we are connected with everybody, we are in a team with everybody, a partnership, and we're all doing what we can here and there, helping each other out and playing our role, it's very freeing. I even kind of get tinglies as I say it. It's very reassuring, I guess, maybe for lack of a better word. It's very empowering, that we just show up and do our part and are in an interconnected net and web with all that is, supporting others and being supported to grow this world, to grow humanity how we can. It also is very humbling. It helps us to release this idea of ego and I'm doing it on my own. No, we're not. Let it go. Let it go. That's just ego talking. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not real. And so the more we can release that, it also brings in a humility. It brings in a state of surrender. It brings in a state of, I'm no better than anybody else. I'm no worse than anybody else either. We're all doing the best we can with what we have. And there's a sense of brother and sisterly connection and commonality among people that comes with that. So that's really been cycling through my being. As well, another thing that kind of has come up is that there are no problems. There are no problems at all. And I'll dig into that here in a moment. But there's a Chinese proverb that says there's no such thing as problems. There's only opportunities in work clothes. And kind of how I interpret that is we all have situations that are extreme and would be considered problems. But they're just opportunities. They're here as a way for us to dig down deep and find something inside of ourselves to rise to the occasion and become the men and women that we know we were put here to be, and develop the gifts that we have been given to serve the world, to serve ourselves in the way that we can. Good question. Hold that thought one moment. So they are here to help us develop the gifts that we have and become the men and women that we were designed to be. Probably there. Just sometimes it takes some elbow grease. Sometimes it takes digging down and getting our hands dirty and making it happen. That's okay though. But yeah, there's no problem. There's only opportunities in work clothes. And I'm going to answer the mantra meditation question and then delve a little bit more deeply into this. And then again, if anybody else has any issues, thoughts, questions, thanks for the love. I'm here. So I definitely, mantra meditation can be very, very powerful. Whether it is in our own language, whether one of the ancient languages, for example, just saying something like picking a word like peace and just sitting here and just over and over again saying peace, 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 peace. And not just saying it, let it not be words. Let yourself feel it. Feel the sense of peace or love or gratitude. Yes, absolutely. Yoga means, the root word comes from the word basically to yoke or to bind. So to bring our spirit and body together and unify our being. Now, Western yoga, the traditional like go to 24-hour fitness or go to the YMCA and have a nice yoga class and put yourself in a pose that they got from Indian yoga and then just breathe and get fit and whatever. That's got an aspect. But a lot of Westernized yoga has lost the true Eastern roots and the depth of the purpose behind it, which is to combine spirit and the body and develop this sense of inner peace and self-mastery. So I would highly recommend finding a place that is more traditional, more Eastern. I'm a practitioner of body and brain yoga. It actually started in Korea. It was originally called Dan Hak and then Dan Yoga and now body and brain yoga just to attract a little more of a American market. But the roots are still very ancient, 1,000 years ago, Eastern. What do you mean, bro? Very ancient Eastern Korean tradition. So, so mantra meditation. Like I said, pick. I'm talking overall, I'm talking about kind of my meditation experience that I'm having. I'm going through 2 hours a day for a 100-day meditation experience and what things, come up for me. And then a lady had just asked a question about the connection with yoga and meditation and the idea that it is to kind of help unify our mind, body, spirit, and open to a source. Absolutely, I have. Absolutely, I have. Connect with a higher source from within, and then just answering questions and offering how I can. Yes, ma'am, I did. Yeah, it was out that night and was off and on for pretty much most of the next day, but it did come back. Yeah, I can understand at first building the habit of meditation can be very difficult. So a few tips that I have discovered. One, in terms of the whole, like, have I lessened my anxiety? I would phrase that a couple different ways. One, yes, I've lessened my anxiety. Today I charged my phone right before I did the scope. So as far as I know now, I'm at like 95%. I do have other things that I am choosing to do with my day, so I'm not going to scope forever, but the phone's not going to run out of battery. Yes, yeah, it makes you a lot less reactive. It also makes, I've noticed as I begin meditating more and more, this spaciousness, this sense of underlying presence, and really, like I said, space is the best word I can come up with, around my emotions, around my thoughts, around my physical feelings, is beginning to grow, which then makes all the other stuff going on, the anxieties, the fears, the thoughts, the physical tension, the whatever, not seem as significant or as important or as dominating. And so it's easier to just allow the stuff to ride on the surface. Cool, yeah. I got some tips for that. So basically, the more you can get grounded first. We talked about the idea of focus last night, and where our mind goes, our energy follows. And most of the time, because of our own thoughts, as well as in today's society, a lot of time we're focusing on stuff up here. We're looking at our phone, we're watching TV, we're reading a book, we're dealing with a math problem, or we're talking, whatever it is that we're doing. Most of the time, our energy is very much up here. No, not at all. If you desire to be celibate for the 100 days of meditation, knock yourself out. There is something to be said for maintaining the seminal fluid. That does add an extra energy component that can foster Kundalini energy and rise up your chakras. Also, sexuality can be very much used for awakening and enlightenment. Tantra yoga is a branch that deals with that kind of stuff. So whatever feels right for you. And then fasting, right on. Yeah, I can understand and agree. Fasting can definitely help. It's not required. I'm not fasting while I'm doing this, but fasting, when we let go of the needs of the body temporarily, it can really open us to what spirit is saying and foster that deep connection, as well as just allowing our body time to rest and release toxins and things like that. So it can be very helpful. So in terms of the tips of if your mind is racing, meditation relate to enlightenment. I'll tell you what, hold that thought 1 second. I want to answer the other gentleman's question. And if I forget to come back and answer that, please remind me again. But so thoughts racing. A lot of times we're up here in our mind all the time. And where our attention is where our mind goes. Where our mind goes, where our energy goes. And so when thoughts are racing, we're looking at stuff all the time, watching TV, watching our phone, doing whatever we're doing, reading, we're constantly chunking up here, and it just keeps reinforcing this energy. And then thoughts come up, and we watch those thoughts, and it just keeps getting more and more and more. So the two things I would say is bring your focus down and in. And what I mean by that is down, meaning back in your body. We have a chakra system, and y'all may or may not be familiar with the chakra system. That, yes, definitely helps. Focal point, for sure. Exactly right. And so to even help that further, so chakras, govern from more spiritual. Yes, sir. Good. You're catching on. You're exactly right. More spiritual to more physical at our base root chakra. So when we bring our energy down, meaning connect with our physical body. Exercise is great for that. I'm a big fan of jogging. Also, if you're not feeling the exercise thing right now, although I do highly recommend it for so many reasons, just simply like doing something like tapping your body. And I think like every few videos I do this. So some people that are regulars are like, yeah, dude, you do that tapping thing again. We've seen that crap already. But it's beneficial and I guess worth repeating. So tap your body, because when I'm doing this, my attention is on my arm, right? It's on my chest, which means it's not in my thoughts. Tap your tummy, tap your legs, tap around your body, stand up and shake and bounce. Just stand, put your feet flat, kind of, parallel. And just breathe easy, release tension. And just bounce and feel your body. Dance. Yes, absolutely. Focusing on your breath, focusing on where your body feels. Put your iPod in and just jam and dance and move your body and let go of all thought. Anything to begin to bring your energy down into your body. Helps to release, watching our thoughts and then release it. And as those stop, actually just stay tuned in, and you will pick some up here. So when you're beginning meditation, like I said, first come down, get your energy grounded. And I would recommend doing this before any practice, before the actual sitting and breathing stuff. Right on. Thank you very much. And I will follow you back as well. I'm a big fan of reciprocative energy. And so all legit followers, I follow back as well. So get yourself grounded. Bounce, shake, tap, dance, jog. Do something to get yourself back in your body. And then bring your attention in. And when I say in, I mean find a focal point inside your body to pay attention to. So the most common and the easiest is the breath. So just feel your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. Feel your abdomen expanding, feel your chest expand, feel everything contract, your muscles moving. At first, it may be difficult to keep your attention on your breath. We have thoughts that run so much, or if we have fatigue or whatever else, we're such in a habit of thinking and of paying attention to our thoughts, our attention goes right back up. So if it helps, count your breaths. Start with the number, just start trying to get up to 30. And if you lose count, don't worry about it, just start over. But see if you can get to 30 without losing count. And then see if you can get to 50. See if you can get to 100 without losing your place and losing count. And as you begin to cultivate that ability to focus, like I think it was 56 bars, I might have got that name wrong, but he mentioned, it's about focus. And somebody else mentioned the same thing too. As you can cultivate that ability to maintain your awareness on one thing. And at first, I feel like the breath is one of the easiest, most accessible things. Right now, too. Right on, man. Right on. 2 hours a day right this minute. Although I sometimes split it up. Nice. Yeah, I've had a similar experience myself. For a day and a half, I was kind of watching myself from back here. It was kind of interesting, very fun. So, coming back to the breath, something inside your body, and as we learn to focus on one spot and build that ability to focus, then not only does it bring our attention inside and where our mind goes, our energy goes, and decreases our dependency on the outside world and our being lost in the outside world. As that focus comes up, two different things happen. One is we can then pay more attention to what's going on in the outside world, be much more efficient with our actions, and things end up going faster. We can accomplish more while doing less. Two, then as we desire to shift that focus internally, meditation can be so many things. Yes, it's about sitting and opening up to this idea of stillness and inner peace. It can also be used for natural healing. It can be used for cultivating energy, moving energy, developing breath awareness, releasing blockages. Some weed and meditating, and I definitely have had in my past some psychedelic experiences, although I was not really as spiritual at that point, so I have not combined the two. Although I have a desire at some point, there's a plant medicine called ayahuasca that is supposed to be very deeply spiritual that I'm open to. It absolutely can, yes. Any sort of awareness. And right on, thanks for the heads up about acid meditation. Right now I'm not in a place in my life where that really is beneficial for me because I got so many things going on. But, right on. And cool. Glad to know that ayahuasca is awesome too. And yes, meditation can definitely help your sexuality. Anything with presence and cultivating peace and openness, as well as connectedness, energy, all the above and focus, yeah, can help all areas of life, including sexuality. And so meditation can be for so many things: inner healing, energy work, all kinds of stuff. But it requires, or not requires, it is really, really, really helpful to have the ability to focus on one particular thing. And so, like I said, cultivating that with your breath. So for beginning meditators, bring your energy down, meaning get in your body. Bring your energy, your focus in, meaning find some internal place. Cool. Thank you very much. Some internal place to pay attention to your breath, things like that, and then just build the habit. Start with 5 minutes, then maybe 6 minutes, 10 minutes. Recognize also that all thoughts, all emotions, everything that surfaces is a good thing. It's a very good thing. So allow it to all be part of your experience, and just keep being, keep sitting, keep trusting, and keep working through the process no matter what comes up. And right on. Thanks, brother. Keep working through the process, and it will begin to unfold itself, and it will grow with you. So meditation and enlightenment. Whatever. So anyway, meditation and enlightenment is enlightenment is this idea, this awakening. I thought about that. I won't get into the reasons why, but I'm gonna allow people like that to be for the time being. Although I have considered it, and I guess Connor's back, boy. I'm curious, man. What in you feels the need to make fun of other people or throw out negative energy to get your sense of self-worth? What in you has so much pain inside that you feel you have to project that pain out to others, or you get your sense of I'm better than everybody or whatever from casting that pain outside? So just curious, man. Any thoughts you got on that? Right on. Fair enough, man. Well, I wish you love, and definitely hope that you release whatever pain is inside that is causing you to send that negative mojo out into the world. And if you have any legit thoughts or questions, I'm happy to help you with that if I can. So yeah, it's very common to see colors with meditation. My senses are more feeling and more in my heart space, and physical awareness, but definitely a lot of people have a very strong visual sense, and get colors and see visions and things like that. So yeah, enlightenment. It's a great topic. We are enlightened already. Right on. Yeah, I totally agree. Enlightenment is like a fish trying to get wet, right? It's so saturated in the water, it already is wet. It's never not wet. It can't not be wet. It just forgot it. We are so saturated in the energy, we don't even realize it anymore. Everything is energy. Everything is, just, yeah. I agree. So everything is energy. We can't not be in the energy. We're so saturated in it, we've almost forgotten that. But then we tend to cover it up with emotions, with thoughts, with external focus. And so we lose that sense of connection that is already here. It's always ours. We've never left home. And so meditation appears to be this process of going back inside and to achieve enlightenment. In truth, it's really more about releasing all of the stuff that we put up in our own way that has been cultivated since childhood. It's been, interpreted, been handed down both physically and energetically through society, etc. But basically, it's about opening up to the truth inside, releasing all the stuff in our way, and realizing that we never left home and we've been enlightened the entire time. And just with that focus deeper and deeper and deeper. Thank you. Yeah, I don't remember where I heard that at first, but I'm a huge fan. I've heard that a couple different places, and I love it. So yeah, we are already enlightened, and focus helps. We go deeper and deeper and deeper, and just tap into. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Also, just deeper, deeper to our true self. And yeah, monitoring our breathing throughout the day, that's another reason that cultivating the breath in meditation really helps. Um, it's, one sec. But cultivating the breath really, really helps. Because, yeah, most of us, when we were born, we breathe with our bellies. I mean, watch little babies and how they breathe, and their bellies are really big. And we take nice, full, deep breaths. And the older we get, the breath tends to get more and more and more shallow until we're only chest breathing. And, in fact, let's take a moment, those of you guys that are on, and play with this now. Okay, so start breathing, just chest breathe for a minute. So just keep your breath up here, kind of quick and kind of, just chest breathing. And then allow anxious thoughts and anxious whatever to come into your being. Like just, oh my God, this is going to happen. And shit, this is, and what's going to, oh my God, and this, and oh my God, I'm worried about this. And and what's going to happen. And I'm the past and the future and money and concern, and just as you breathe and you're like, things just start to go, weird, right? Okay. Let that shit go. Now, come back down in your body. Breathe deeply for a minute. Thank you. Take full deep breaths. Feel your abdomen move. Feel your pelvic floor open and expand. Breathe nice and deeply. And with this breath, keep this nice deep breath. Yeah, that's for sure. Keep this nice deep breath. And now let all the anxious stuff, what's going to happen? Oh my God, the future. Oh, money issues and job issues and what's going to happen? And I don't know. Life. Shit. I mean, what do you notice, right? It doesn't even want to stick. And when we do, it almost seems a little more, it's just lighthearted, like we're laughing at ourselves like there's even an issue. We're just breathing, And it may not come through scope as well. Yeah, no worries, man, no worries. Hopefully it comes through scope, and hopefully you guys have a chance to catch the sense. But if not now, I highly recommend take 2 or 3 minutes when you're own space. And play with that. And just start breathing from up here. Get in a place where you just run some anxieties and some fears and things through your mind and get your energy all kind of wonky and breathe up here with your chest and see how that feels. And then release and relaxed. Mostly closed, but occasionally open. Although I do feel that overall the idea is to be able to cultivate this sense of presence and meditation and being. And let it imbue itself into our outside world as we're doing everything we're doing, eyes open, interacting with people, all of the above. But at first, if it helps to do eyes closed to keep that inner focus, then right on. So do the anxiety stuff, do the short breath, and then it builds over time. Yeah, one step at a time, but the more we deepen and keep building that inner focus, it does expand and becomes easier and easier and easier. Just where you are is perfect now. Just keep going and let it unfold, brother. And all right, so then the anxiety up here. Then breathe deeply. Just breathe deeply and let all those same thoughts and feelings come up and keep your breath focused. Keep your awareness on your lower abdomen. Keep your breath nice and calm. And notice the difference. Notice how less of an impact it all makes. And then if you can train yourself to keep that deep breath all day, you will be amazed at how it shifts your entire experience of life. Now, it can be very easy to lose. So a few tips that I've come up with. One is just as you practice it in meditation, it begins to become more and more of a habit, and it's easier to stay with you all day. Another thing, too, that I used to do that would help is I would put on my wrist like a little letter or a dot or something. Like, if either put a dot, like I want to, instead of like tying a ring or a string on your finger to remember something, I would take a pen and just put a little dot and say what I want to say as I'm putting that dot. Like, remember breathing. And I would put a little circle or put a little dot, or even put the letter B for breath. And then that's on your wrist. It's not, nobody else can see it. It's not like it's a big sign to the world or whatever. Today's a new day, man. No time like the present to start. In fact, there is no time but the present. So past and future don't exist. There's only now. So let go of any stories you got about why you have or haven't done, any guilt, any shame, anything for the procrastination. Let all that shit go. Doesn't serve you. And just choose today. Start today. And then tomorrow, choose tomorrow. And just take it one bit at a time. But so the letter B on your wrist, or whatever works for you. But that's just the thing that I have done in the past. And so as you're going throughout your day and you're doing your thing and you're, whatever in the world, outside world, yada, 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 and then you kind of look and just occasionally you'll catch, oh yeah, B for breath, that's right. Okay, good. And you keep that for a little while and you keep doing whatever you're doing, and then you might get lost and you get run around the world again and something happens. Oh, yep, nope, that's right. Breathing. Yep, got it. And so, yeah, I've found that to be a very helpful technique. And there's tons of them. Put a reminder in your phone every now and again to pop up and say, it can. I've also noticed that it can actually really expand. And I've had times when I've been sitting there for 30 minutes and it seemed like forever. But yeah, I've had both experiences. But put a reminder in your phone, put a note on your fridge, take a dry erase marker and write on your bathroom mirror. Whatever reminder works for you, but keeping that idea of downward focus and inner focus, and remembering deep full breaths, and just put the reminders everywhere until it becomes such second nature for you that it's the way you live. And I feel that will shift your experience of life radically for the better, as well as continue to cultivate this sense of peace and presence that will flow out to everybody else and just build and build and ripple and have an amazing effect. So I tell you what, I know I had originally mentioned the idea of there are no problems, only opportunities and work clothes, and I did desire to jump into that a little bit further, but I've been on for a little while and I have some other things going on this afternoon and evening that I choose to do. So I'm going to table that most likely for tomorrow. I trust the universe that as it needs to come back up, it'll come back up. But in the meantime, yeah, energy down, energy in. Remember that we are connected with all things, and we're just playing our role, so just show up, do what you can, take things one day at a time, and just make a choice now, and then now, and then now. And you will be amazed at what you can do and how your life shifts. Yes, I totally agree, because there is something, we tap into the awareness that this is just a surface existence and that death is an illusion as well. It's just a change of form, that's all. And a release of the physical body, but we, our true nature, our true self, can never die. We are life itself. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Also, I offer for anybody on now or anybody watching the replay, like I said, life and wellness coaching. It's my passion. I love growing myself. I love helping other people grow, watching other people grow, serving how I can. And I offer free 90-minute talks. If you're in the Houston area, we can meet in person. If you want to do Skype or do phone, that's fine. But just a free hour and a half to sit down and figure out, where you are, what's in your way, where do you want to be, how can we release what's in your way. Hey, what's up? Howdy, howdy. Kind of at the tail end of my broadcast, but feel free to follow me, and I'll be around for a while, and you can jump in and hopefully get some beneficial tips, enlightenment, empowerment, awareness, love, good mojo, and anything else to help you live the life you're here to live. And so, yeah, anybody watching this, free 90-minute, consultations just to help you be the best you can be. It's nice to have a third party outside sometimes that can see things that we can't see. So please feel free to get in contact with me. Right now, the main email address that I'm using is Alan, ALAN, _ D for Dwayne, _ Brock, BROCK, then the numeral 1, absolutely, the numeral 1 at msn.com. So Alan _ D _ Brock 1, just the number 1 at msn.com. Yeah, hold that thought one second. And so please feel free, guys, send me an email and we will connect with the time to do some sort of an hour and a half free session. And then if we find a win-win and it works for us to move further into some sort of like coaching, mentorship, me help you be the most awesome you that you can be type of deal, cool. We work out the logistics and we figure it out from there. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Thank you. And I appreciate you posting that on there too, very much. And then 56 bars, you just asked a question and it totally skipped my mind. You just made a comment about something and I was about to address that and I lost it, brother. I apologize. If you could pop that back in, if you're still on. There we go. Thank you. The actual physical benefits. So I have done some reading. More of it has just come through personal interpretation. Yeah, exactly. I mean, anytime we cultivate this sense of deepened breath, inner peace, the released anxiety, released emotions, deeper sense of, lowered blood pressure. Most, if not all, disease in the body comes from tension, stuck energy, energetic imbalances, things like that. That's the basis of a lot of like Ayurveda is an ancient Indian healing art, traditional Chinese medicine, all that stuff. So as we begin to realign our energy field and meditate and release blockages and tap into the source of infinite energy and love within, then that heals physical ailments as well. And then also I know that as energy travels through the body, it can realign our entire endocrine system, help our organs work better, hormone balances, all kinds of stuff. It can definitely help neurons fire in the brain. We can use our brain more effectively. The list is so extensive, we probably couldn't name it all. So yeah, long story short, I highly recommend for everybody to little by little begin and cultivate and grow your own meditation practice for the benefit of you and the world. So with that, much love. Please, if you found benefit in this, follow. I love the hearts. Keep them coming. That allows me to raise up in the ranks and then offer this information to more and more people as they begin to see me and I become more prominent. And right on. Thanks, brother. And I will follow you back as well. So much love. Blessings on your day. May you rise to your challenges. May you cultivate love and send that to other people and grow to be the men and women. May we all grow to be the men and women that we know we are here to be. So, namaste. Be blessed.